Dear Prime Minister Rama, dear Commissioner Simpson, dear guests, ladies and gentlemen, first of all, I'd like to welcome Prime Minister Edi Rama and express gratitude to him for being with us at this important event. Albania and Azerbaijan are two friendly countries. We actively cooperate in different areas. We have a very active political dialogue, and my meetings with Prime Minister have a regular agenda in Albania, in Azerbaijan, on the sidelines of different international events. We support each other in international institutions and also work actively on energy security issues. Albania played a very important role in implementation of the Southern Gas Corridor project and continues to play an important role as a member of TAP team. And now we are discussing different aspects of our energy cooperation. And I'm sure that during today's discussions with Prime Minister, we will address all the outstanding issues. I'd like also to express gratitude to Madam Commissioner Simpson for visiting us again. As you know, Commissioner Simpson and Minister of Energy of Azerbaijan are the co-chairs of the Advisory Council of the Southern Gas Corridor, and they play an important role in bringing the big team and growing team together. And of course, important role of EU in implementation of all our plans. And of course, Azerbaijan-EU cooperation on energy diversification, on energy security issues, I think created absolutely new geography of supplies. During many advisory councils in the previous years, we always addressed the issue of energy security. And Azerbaijan's position was very consistent, that we considered it as an important factor of national security of every country. And of course, when we were talking about diversification, our position always was and is that it must be diversification not only of supply routes, but also sources. And today's geopolitical situation in Eurasia proves that exactly what we needed to do. And in case of Azerbaijan, Southern Gas Corridor is absolutely new route with now many extensions and interconnectors, and Azerbaijani gas is a new source. So here in this format and in the projects which we initiated, we see full implementation of energy diversification issues. Since we met last time, a year ago, here in Gülistan Palace, there have been several important milestones. And as usually, during the advisory council meetings, the group reviews what has been done and sees what additionally must be done to tackle all the outstanding issues, and most important, plans the future mutual and common steps. One of the important events during the last year period was beginning of commercial production of natural gas from Absheron gas condensate field in the Azerbaijani sector of the Caspian Sea. This was the second largest discovery of huge gas deposits after Shagdaniz. And actually, Absheron gas condensate field will be also a resource base for our future energy diversification projects. The first phase of Absheron project have been approved, and we expect annual production at a level of 1.5 billion cubic meters. And when we agree on the second phase, that will add additional from 4 to 5 BCM, which will also be channeled, most of it, on the international markets. Another important achievement, I would say, is that Azerbaijan last year started to supply natural gas to two more countries, namely Hungary and Serbia, thus expanding the geography of our supplies in Europe. And today Azerbaijan is supplying natural gas to 8 countries. 6 of them are European countries. And of course, interconnectors projects, which have been inaugurated last year in Europe. First, they were generated by Southern Gas Corridor project. And second, they will allow us to continue our efforts in order to embrace as many destinations in Europe as possible. Demand for Azerbaijani gas is here, resources we have, transportation routes exist, and by the way, during the active communication with our Turkish friends during the last year, we agreed on using through Turkey the Trans-Balkan gas pipeline system, and this is, I would say, diversification inside the diversification project. And there can be many more other alternatives and many more options, because all of them serve the common goal, how to address with maximum efficiency issues of energy diversification and energy security. Azerbaijan, I think, already proved to be a reliable partner. Our word means the same as our signature. And all the plans which we've put in front of ourselves, I'm sure will be implemented, because only the performance of the last year demonstrates that. Another important moment for our energy projects is that the company from the friendly United Arab Emirates, ADNOC, became a shareholder of Absheron project, and we welcome that. Welcome to the team, and that will add additional financing and also expertise, and will enlarge international cooperation. We have requests from many energy companies to work with us, and all of them are being reviewed based on the performance and based on our energy agenda. With respect to our future plans, of course, today it will be discussed broadly, but I just want to mention some of them. First of all, we expect beginning of production of natural gas in the first quarter of next year from Azeri-Chirag-Güneşli deep gas project. This is a very promising structure with a very large deposit. For many years, Azeri-Chirag-Güneşli is the main source of our oil exports. And now with these huge gas deposits, which we already agreed with our partners to explore, that will be additional contribution. In the beginning, the production is planned at around 500 million cubic meters, but it will grow maybe 3, 4, maybe 5 times within several years, being additional source to gas supply along with Shah Deniz and Absheron. And also we have plans to develop a second phase of Ümit gas condensate field, which potentially can bring additional from 2 to 3 BCM within 3-4 years. So all these plans are absolutely realistic. They're based on a thorough analysis, data, information, and our financial resources, as well as our agreements with our investors. Some of the projects will be implemented together with investors. Some of the projects will be implemented by SOCAR itself. And so all that demonstrates that potential is here and potential is growing. So all kind of rumors which have been circulating for many years that there is no enough gas in Azerbaijan to supply the growing needs of European consumers. All of those rumors once again show that they're absolutely groundless and was a part of the campaign against Azerbaijan in order to undermine our potential and to send the wrong message to international community and consumers. Azerbaijan also is part of the green transition process. This year been announced in Azerbaijan and declared as a Green Year Solidarity. And our renewable projects also demonstrate high level of performance. Among them, again, since we met last time, I'd like to inform you that last October we inaugurated the first big solar power plant in Azerbaijan with a capacity of 230 megawatts, which was built by Masdar company, one of the leading company in the area of renewables. And this is only the beginning. According to signed contracts and MOUs, we plan to generate up to 5,000 megawatt or 5 gigawatt of solar and wind energy until 2030. Our main investors are Masdar from UAE and Aqua Power from Saudi Arabia, and also companies from other countries also are working with us. We have huge potential of renewables, whether it's the Caspian Sea or our onshore potential. And as you know, with this Black Sea Green Cable project, we plan to become also an important exporter of green energy to Europe. And it is already decided that it will be integrated project from wind farms in the Caspian Sea, with the new transmission lines all the way down to Europe under the Black Sea. So these are the plans, and of course, the more renewable sources we have, the more natural gas we will save, which now we use for electricity, and that will be additional contribution to Southern Gas Corridor. Southern Gas Corridor operates already for 3 years. It is a really success story. It is one of the biggest infrastructure projects in Eurasia. Integrated pipeline system of the length of 3,500 kilometers. This project is a project of energy security and a project of cooperation, because without cooperation between all the countries which are situated on route of the Southern Gas Corridor, it would have been possible to implement this project. So we come to an important point where we see energy and fossil fuels as an instrument and a means to build partnership and cooperation. And last point on fossil fuels issues. We now see a kind of a trend that fossil fuel is something which brings only problems. We need to be fair, and also need to be fair with the countries rich with oil and gas. It is not the fault of these countries that they have oil and gas. They must not be blamed for that and discriminated. I think the performance of the countries with fossil fuels must be judged by how they address the issue of environmental protection, how they address the issue of green transition, and only after that, after fair analysis, the judgment can be made about these countries. Otherwise, we will see kind of a dividing lines between oil and gas producers and those who do not have these resources. And talking about that, of course, I'd like also to draw your attention to the issue of financing, taking into account that we have representatives of the leading financial institutions of the world here at this table. The financing of the expansion of Southern Gas Corridor and any other project related to natural gas must be done in such a way not to undermine our main target. There was and there is a big demand from Europe for Azerbaijani gas. We've been approached by many countries. As I said, 6 already are recipients of our natural gas. There are several more where we have negotiations. And the gas is needed, and we have resources, we have infrastructure. And I think that the financing from European financial institutions, at least, of this project must be done based on a realistic approach and should not be overshadowed by a general anti-fossil fuel trends. We all know what is happening. Azerbaijan, as I said, is in active phase of green transition, but at the same time, no one can ignore the fact that without fossil fuel, the world cannot develop, at least in the foreseeable future. And the last point, Azerbaijan has the honor to be a host country for COP29. As soon as the decision was made in last December, immediately we've been attacked by different NGOs, media, etc., only for one reason, because we have oil. And that was considered to be our biggest fault. So as I say, it's not a fault, it's a gift from the God. But we've been attacked that how can a country rich with fossil fuel be a host of COP? And let's look at it from different angle. Yes, we have enough oil, we have enough gas, we can live without renewables for coming 100 years. All our reserves are proven, everybody knows that. But the fact that we wanted to host this global event on climate change demonstrates our will. We must be praised for that and not attacked. We did not do anything wrong, but as soon as the decision was made, immediately we faced a coordinated, consolidated, and very unfair attack on us. There have been many attacks on Azerbaijan in the previous years. We have a very thick skin. We can protect ourselves, but I just want to inform you that the decision, and unanimous decision, to organize COP29 in Azerbaijan is a sign of respect of international community to our country and our willingness to be a host and to contribute demonstrates our green agenda. So I will conclude now. Once again, thank you for being with us and using this opportunity, I'd like to invite you all to be our partners on this important journey to COP29. Thank you.